Hello Primary 5. Let's start a new grammar lesson, WH questions. Okay, before we begin, let's have a quick revision on question words we have taken before. We have a lot of question words which we use at the beginning of a sentence to make a question, and at the end of the sentence we put a question mark. So let's know more about question words and the use of each word. First one is who. We ask with who about people, only for people. Like, who is that boy? He is my brother. I'm asking about a person. Who is your sister? Mariam is my sister. Mariam is a person. So, who is asking about people only? Whose. We use whose to ask about the owner of something. What is this something belongs to? When I ask whose is that pencil, the answer is it's Jack's pencil. It means this is the pencil of Jack. We use here the possessive apostrophe s, which means that this pencil, it belongs to Jack. It's Jack's pencil. So whose, we use it to ask about the owner of something. Pay attention, girls. We have to know the difference between whose and whose. The first one, it means who is. Who apostrophe s, it means who is. Who's funny? It means who is funny. So the answer is Haya is funny. But when we use whose, the question word, we ask about the owner of something, as we say, whose phone is ringing? It's Maged's phone. Next question word is what. We ask with what about things, animals, and objects. What is it? It's a pencil. So we're asking about things like the pencil. Also, we use what to ask about names. What is your name? My name is Maggie. We use also what for asking about color. When we say what color, we say what color do you like? Blue. I like the blue color. And also when we ask about time, we can say what time? What time do you sleep? I sleep at 9 p.m. So we can also use what to ask about color and time. The question word which, we use it to ask about things. Usually we have to choose which one. We have two choices to choose from these choices. Which is your car? The red one or the green one? So the answer is the red one. So when we have which at the beginning of the question, we have to choose the answer. Where? We use where to ask about a place. Where are you from? I'm from Spain, or I'm from Egypt. We're asking about a place we go to or we live in. We can say, I go to school. Where do you go? I go to school. So it's also a place. Where do you live? I live in Shubra, for example. Where? We use where to ask about a place where we live in or we go to or we are from. Like, where are you from? I'm from Spain. Where do you live? I live in Cairo. Where do you go? I go to school. So we use where to ask about a place. When, we use it to ask about time or date. When is your birthday? My birthday is in July. So here is a date. When do you sleep? I sleep at 9 p.m. So it is a time. We use when to speak about time or date. Why? We use why to ask about reasons. Why we do this? Why are you happy? The answer always with the word because. I am happy because I have a new toy. So we say the reason of the answer. Although how is not a WH question word, but we use it as a question word to ask about some different things. Let's see. How? We ask with how about the way in which something happens or about someone's health. Like what? When I ask, how do you go to school? I say, I go to school by bus, on foot, by car. This is the way we go to school. Or, how are you? Here we ask about someone's health. How are you? We say, fine, thanks. We use how as a many question words. So when we use how much, we ask about the quantity of something, which is uncountable thing, or the price of any product. When we say how much is it, we ask about the price. It's 20 pounds or it's $20. This is the price of something. But when we ask about milk, we use how much because milk is uncountable noun. How much milk do you want? I want 1 bottle of milk. So we use how much to ask about the uncountable nouns, how much we need or we want, and also we use it for asking about the price of something. Another one, how many? Here we ask about the quantity of something. We ask about the countable nouns, the quantity of countable nouns. How many stickers have you got? I have got 6 stickers. It's a number. I can count. I can see 6 stickers. So I ask with how many for countable nouns. How old? We ask about the age of someone. How old are you? I'm 7, I'm 9, I'm 10. This is my age. Also, we have how far. We use how far to ask about distance. How far is your house from school? This is the distance between my house and my school, 300 meters. So, if we want to ask about the distance between two places, we ask with how far. How far is your house from school? It's 300 meters. How often? We ask about the frequency of some action, the number of times in a week or in a year or in a month or in a day of doing this action. Like, how often do you play football? It means how many times do you play football? I say 3 times a week. So when I go to play football, I go to play it on Monday, Friday, and Saturday. So this is 3 times a week. So when we ask with how often, I answer with how many times a week or year or a day I do this action. After this revision for question words, we have to know we have two types of questions: WH questions and yes or no questions. What is the difference between the two types? WH questions begin with a question word like what, when, how, and so on. But yes or no question begin with a helping verb, as we have taken in present simple or present continuous or verb to be. So yes or no question begin with do, does, did, or verb to be. Let's take an example. They play tennis. If we want to make a question, first we have to begin with yes or no question. We have to make this sentence, they play tennis, in the form of yes or no question. So this is a past simple verb. So we begin with did. Did they play tennis? This is a yes or no question, as we can answer with yes they did or no they didn't. After this step, you have to put question word before did. So if we put when, the question is when did they play tennis? But if we put what, we have to cross out the word tennis as we asked about it. What did they play? Okay, we can answer they play tennis. Example 2, he goes to school at 7 a.m. Okay, first we have to make a yes or no question, so we can begin with does, as this is a present simple tense with he. Does he go to school at 7 a.m.? This is a yes or no question, and the answer is yes he does or no he doesn't. Second step, to form a WH question, put the question word before the yes or no question. So put why before does. So the question is, why does he go to school at 7 a.m.? But if we want to ask about 7 a.m., the time with when, so we must cross out 7 a.m. and put when at the beginning of the question. When does he go to school? So the answer is he goes to school at 7 a.m. So we learned that if you want to make a WH question, begin first with yes or no question. Make a question with a helping verb according to the tense of the verb. Then to change it to WH question, only put a question word at the beginning of it. Let's make some new examples. Okay, if we have a verb in the present simple tense with pronoun you, we begin with the helping verb do. So the yes or no question is, do you eat lunch? Then by putting when at the beginning of this question, we change it to WH question. Another one is verb to be. If we have verb to be in our sentence, we begin the yes or no question with the verb to be. For example, are you happy? This is a yes or no question. Then we put why at the beginning of these questions to change it to WH question. Another one. This is a present continuous verb. So we begin the question with verb to be to make yes or no question. Is he playing now? Then put a question word at the beginning of it to change it to WH question. This is how to make a WH question with a simple way. Make first a yes or no question according to the verb using a helping verb at the beginning. Then put a question word when, why, what, or any other question word to change it to a WH question. This is our homework today. Thank you, girls. Bye.